Hello everyone. In my last video of this series, I said that I'll be sharing my experience with the conciliation process in the next video, but something more important has come up, hence I'm sharing it first instead of the other one. In this video, I'll be sharing how the shameless authorities of National Stock Exchange is harassing the investor complainant. My complaint against the broker underwent conciliation process, and I will share a detailed video about it soon. But for the sake of this video, I am briefing the outcome of it for your understanding in the context of this video. I clarified everything to the conciliator. Even then, he gave a very vague and ambiguous conciliatory report full of errors. So I contacted the ODR Institute Jupitize. I highlighted it all to them and requested for a rectification of the errors. They said that as per the SEBI Master Circular, there is no provision to rectify the conciliatory report, and if I am not happy with it, I can opt for the arbitration. I told them that I have given 3 weeks of time and efforts to this process, apart from the ad hoc calls and email follow-ups. Now, if the outcome is as vague as this, which cannot be rectified also, then what is the point of taking this unnecessary trouble when we know that neither it is judicial nor it is binding? They did not care to reply anything. I also asked the same question to the National Stock Exchange, and they replied that the conciliation is a voluntary and non-binding process. Modification or rectification of the conciliatory report are not within the purview of SEBI Master Circular, and if I am aggravated by the report, I have the option to proceed with the arbitration. I asked the exchange that if I don't want to go for the conciliation process and wants to go for the arbitration directly, how can I do so? To which they said that there is no option to skip the conciliation proceedings and directly opt for the arbitration as per the SEBI Master Circular. I have been asking them repeatedly that why do they call the conciliation process voluntary if there is no option to skip it? But they have been shamelessly silent about it for all this while. The conclusion of all what has happened till this point is that the conciliation is nothing more than a time pass in the context of an investor complaint on SmartODR. And nobody except the complainant suffers and cares about it, especially the conciliator, because even for a simple and straight matter, he takes all the time permitted and also have the liberty to demand extension on top of it, just to give such useless conciliatory report. This exploitation of the process against the interest of the complainant must be brought to the public notice and justice. I deep dived into the SEBI Master Circular to understand the code of conduct of the conciliator and the arbitrator, and also understood how can I fight with this situation. There is a provision in the SEBI Master Circular that one can complain against the conciliator, and upon receiving such complaint, the ODR Institute is required to act promptly. So I filed a formal complaint against the conciliator to the ODR Institute. The ODR Institute Jupitize first tried to misguide me by telling me that I should file it with the exchange. But when I referred to the SEBI circular to them, they demanded a signed letter from me instead of a formal complaint sent from my registered email, which is used for all the communication in the matter so far. So I also referred the same SEBI circular to them and told them that there is no such requirement for the SEBI Master Circular. However, if it is prescribed by SEBI or NSE, I would gladly give it as per their demand. But such excuse must not be used to delay accepting and acting in regards to my complaint against the conciliator. The ODR Institute did not bother to give any reply, let alone take any action for days and weeks. I even highlighted it to the exchange, and even the exchange did not bother to give any reply. This was resulting in the delay for filing of arbitration. So I opted for the arbitration while giving a formal complaint against the ODR Institute, Jupitize, for not abiding to the SEBI Master Circular in regards to my complaint against the conciliator. The NSC did not bother to attend my complaint after my repeated follow-ups. I was not comfortable to let the same ODR Institute handle my arbitration because of their unfair and non-compliant treatment. So I asked the NSC to move my arbitration to another ODR institute. The NSC did not bother to give any reply to me until last Thursday, when I called them constantly for 3 hours to get it addressed. And even after spending so much time, the reply they gave was that the assignment of the case to the ODR Institute is an automated process and they can't change the ODR Institute. They also did not address my complaint against the ODR Institute and ignored the fact that I am not demanding a specific ODR Institute for any new complaint, but requesting for a change because of the very well-known reason to them. And the reply that they gave is not going to resolve the situation in any ways. These NSE people are so shameless that they just don't care anything. And the irony is that there is no one to say anything to whatever they do. I don't know what is going to happen next. I'm sure by now you would agree that this SmartODR is nothing more than a mockery. I take a pause here. Stay tuned for the next video in the series and any other update I may get here on. Thank you once again.